This is Mrs. Davis, AP Calculus, Lesson 7-4. I'm going to go over topic question 3, which is a mix of everything. It reminds me of the test that was given during COVID when they just had 2 questions and they sort of put everything together. But it's a good one for us to do. So make sure you do this on your own, then come back, check the answer, and see how you did point-wise. Okay, so here we go. A student organization is selling boxes of snacks for a school trip. They begin with 500 boxes of snacks. All right, so that's a big start, 500. And then over a 10-day period, the total number of snacks remaining is modeled by this S of t, twice a decreasing, twice differentiable function s. The values of S of t at various times are shown in the table. So this is not a rate. S is just the number of boxes remaining at a particular time t. A says using correct units, approximate S prime of 5 using average rate of change of S over the interval 2 to 10. So they basically told you what to do. Now let's make sure that we started out right. We would say that S prime of 5 is approximately, look, B is the meaning, right? Is approximately, and then we're going to do the average rate of change, S of 10 minus S of 2 over 10 minus 2, which is 20 minus 340 over 8, which is negative 320 over 8, which is negative 40. Now they want us to use it, so we would say, let's see, how would we say that? Boxes remaining per day. Okay, so S prime of 5 is approximately negative 40 boxes remaining per day. That's the rate that we would have. So, okay. Average rate of change. Boxes per day. Boxes per day. Boxes remaining per day. Okay. It's just weird units, when it's this kind of thing versus velocity or something. Explain the meaning of S prime of 5 in the context of the problem. So now we have to say that all right, so on the 5th day, or on day 5 maybe, on day 5, the number of boxes remaining, okay, so that's like where we're getting from this, the number of boxes remaining is, and then say increasing or decreasing at a rate of 40 boxes per day. There we go. All right, let's go to number C. Is known that S prime of 2 is negative 55. So write an equation for the line tangent to the graph of y equals S of t at t equals 2. So if we know S prime of t is 2, then we know the slope. So m equals negative 55. And the point is, let's see, 2. And how many do we have at 2? 340. So there's our 2 things. This is our slope and our point. So it just wants us to do, write the equation. So we can say y minus 340 equals negative 55 x minus 2. Probably should be t, right? T minus 2. Let's get the right one. All right. All right, let's see. What else? Using a left Riemann sum with 3 subintervals indicated by the table to approximate 0 to 10, so there's no average, it's just 0 to 10. So we're going to do a left Riemann, so we're going to approximate this, so that's got to go on the left side. 0 to 10 of capital S of t dt is approximately equal to, we want a left Riemann sum, so we're not going to use the 20, so we're going to say, let's get our skips. We have 2, calculate this right, 3, and 5. So we have 2 plus 3 plus 5. So remember that, 2, 3, 5. And so it's 500, 340, and 200. No calculator, so we'll just have to do it ourselves. 1,000 plus 3 times 340 is 1020 plus another 1,000, which is equal to 3,020 boxes. So it says to find 0 to 10, show the computations. Okay, so boxes, it was just boxes of snacks remaining. So that doesn't make sense. What did we do something wrong? 0 to 10 of S of 10. Okay. So we started with 500. Hang on, gotta look at this closer. Well, I totally just looked that up to make sure that, it doesn't really make sense what they're asking. 0 to 10 of S of t dt. But they just want to see if you know what a left Riemann sum is from that. But yeah, this would be the answer. 3,020. They don't use a units because that's where it's messing me up, that units. I'm not going to put units down because it started out with boxes. And if we're integrating it, it would be what's before boxes. So this, part of me is like, they just were throwing this together to try to see how many different things you're going to know. So don't stress about that if it doesn't make sense to you. So, because it doesn't, logically. All right, E says, is the approximation from part D an overestimate or an underestimate for 0 to 10 dt? Okay. So if we're looking at a left Riemann sum and it is, if you think about it, it's decreasing, right? So we have a decrease in function and we have a left Riemann sum. And so our Riemann sum is going to be an overestimate just by looking at it. So it is, let's answer the question. Is it an overmess? So the approximation from part D is an overestimate for 0 to 10 S capital S of t dt because S of t is decreasing and we used a left Riemann sum. There we go. All right, there's more to this. Part F. Find the value of 0 to 5 S prime of t 2t dt. Show the computations that lead to your answer. Well, we have, if we take the integral of S prime, we're getting S, and that's what we have. So this is not going to be some difficult thing. Now, we do have a 2t here. So we can let u, we're going to have to let u equal 2t. So du is 2 dt. So when we take our integral, we can rewrite it 0 to 5. So dt is du over 2. So we have 1/2. Now we changed our, multiplied it by 2. So this would be 10, 0 to 10. So we now are going from 0 to 10, 1/2 of u, oh, sorry, it's s prime of u, right? S prime of u du. So now when we take the antiderivative, that is 1/2 of s of u from 0 to 10. So that's 1/2 times s of 10 minus s of 0. So that's 1/2. What is s of 10? S of 10 is 20. So 1/2 of 20 minus 500 is negative 480 over 2, which is negative 240 boxes. Okay, so find the value of 0 to 5 s prime of t dt and show the computation. So we have negative 240 boxes. And we should get boxes. This time it makes sense. 0 to 5 of s prime of t 2t dt. It doesn't really make sense in the context of the problem, but at least we know our units this time. G says, for the function 0 to 10, the total number of boxes of snacks remaining can be modeled by the differential function m, where m is a function of t. Assume the weight of each box is 7 ounces. Write an expression for the rate of change in ounces per day of the total weight of the boxes remaining at t equals 8 days. So we have the weight of each box being 7 ounces. So it's like we have a k is 7. So it's like we have y equals 7x, right? So, but this is going to be m. So we have, and they don't want the y. So we have 7. And then when we take the derivative, it would be, because we want the rate of change, m prime of t, I guess. This is 7t. And so then we would say that was, let's put this as 7 times m of t, just so we can make it make sense. 7 times m of t. And then when we take the derivative, it's 7 m prime of t. And so if we're just writing expression at t equals 8, that would be 7 times m prime of 8. And that's all they want. And now the last one, h. Explain why the slope field can't represent negative 0.2y is dy dt. And you can see this is like the one we had. If we put a 0 in for y, we should be getting 0. So that's the easiest thing to say. So we can say when y equals 0, dy dt must be 0. But the slopes on the given field at y equals 0 are not equal to 0. There. All right, so that was that free response, and it was in our section because H was the thing that put it into 7-4, just that very last piece. All right.